All right, hello investors. Welcome to another Robinhood portfolio video. Right now, the portfolio is close to $12,000, and I just want to quickly go over what I've been doing in the portfolio. I have changed the direction of the portfolio. Right now, I'm just leaving the ETFs inside the Robinhood portfolio, and I actually have a monthly dividend ETF called SPHD. But yeah, right now we can see that the portfolio is closing in on $12,000. The graph is sort of weird right now. There's a live button. There's a quite a bit of volatility going on, as we can see. But I'll explain why that is. Coming up for the year, I am down $570, and all time I am up only $5.90. So let's just jump into what's going on here. Not much going on. I want to quickly do a video. We can see Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, what's going on with Bitcoin right now. I actually did buy $100 worth of Bitcoin. I think when I bought it, it was down some 9 or 10% or something like that. So right now, $3,634, and for the week, we could see that huge drop right here. So it was around $4,017, and then we can see this giant drop in volatility right here. So this is where I think I bought it. I think actually right around in this area right here, and it's kind of just been flat. We can see more volatility around January 13, and then we can see some sort of resistance point at January 14th. So I do like to use the candle graphs. We can see the indicators right here. Massive amount of drops in this little particular area, but we're going to check my wallet. My position on $3,661, only for a portfolio diversity of 0.83%. So not a lot of expectations out of Bitcoin. I just tossed in $100 because it dropped 9%. If it drops another 10% or like 15%, I might toss in another $100. But here's the thing, guys. I don't want to be too crazy with Bitcoin because, again, I feel like Bitcoin there's no fundamentals with this cryptocurrency. It just goes up, it just goes down. I always said that Bitcoin there's no ceiling with Bitcoin, and there's also no floor. So this thing can drop another 5,000 instantly or something like that. Actually, it's only at $3,000. So this can drop another 2,000 or something like that instantly, and no, everybody would just start freaking out or something like that. But there's no ceiling and there's no floor. It's just extremely volatile. So I'm not going to go crazy with Bitcoin right now. I think I was down on my position. Yeah, it's down 72 cents on my position. I think yesterday I was up some $3. So I'm just holding Bitcoin out. It could shoot back up to 17,000. I don't know what it's going to do this year, but it did drop 9%, and I did put $100 in. So that's going to do it for Bitcoin. Let's check my high dividend ETFs. We have Vanguard Total Stock Market ETF. Right now, it's doing very well. Today's return of $60. The total return is well over $500. So one of my favorite ETFs, very diversified amongst the entire stock market, and pays a pretty good dividend, I would say. So next up, we have Vexus. Total international stock market ETF. Right now I'm up $150. Average cost $46.07, 50 shares. So this also pays a pretty good, significant dividend. And I've been watching a lot of videos about the weakness in China, and the China sales and growth are going down. The whole world economies are going down. If that I put that in perspective, but I don't know. I just want to be somewhat diversified outside the U.S. market because, again, like I said, I think in a couple of videos ago, that the U.S. stock market as a whole only accounts for 35% of the entire market, the entire world's market, if we were to combine all the stock markets together. So I do want some exposure in the international stocks. I do like Alibaba. I think right now Alibaba's cheap, but with the whole trading war and all this stuff going on, I guess a lot of people are still just, waiting to see when that's going to be, when it's going to end, and we don't really know when that is going to end. So Again, up $151 currently for a 6% return. I'm not really expecting huge percentage increases because I have ETFs. So, it's definitely going to take, a while for me to start seeing like 50%, up like 100% or something like that, because they are not individual stocks. These are ETFs that hold, a whole bunch of specific sectors and a whole bunch of other stocks. I know VTI, they hold like some 3,000 stocks. So, great exposure, across the entire market. Power shares S&P 500 high dividend portfolio, or high dividend ETF. My position 70 shares. I do plan on adding more shares to this ETF because I like it a lot. It does pay monthly. A total return up $165, and pretty good ETF. I don't really. I'm not fond of like the high real estate in the ETF because I do think that that's what's causing this, a lot of this volatility that's going on. It's supposed to be a low volatility fund that really, you can just place your money in and it does pay you a significant dividend. I think the dividend is around 4%, but it might be 3%, but. It's one of my favorite ETFs. There's some good utilities in here. A lot of real estate and utilities that have overweight positions in this ETF. So, yeah, I like it a lot. And if it does get back down to about $37 or so, I would say maybe about $38 or so, I might buy another 30 shares of this company. So let's just take a look here. Right now, I don't have any money in the portfolio. I do plan on adding more money and just setting that money aside. But if I were to buy 30 shares, it would cost me around this time $1,000. So another $1,000 if I want 30 shares for SPHD. That's going to do it, guys. I know the portfolio is trying to creep around that $12,000 mark. It's recovering nicely from the October correction when everything was just panicking, everybody was just losing their minds, and what I did sort of started buying around this time right here, but I realized I think this is around here is when I realized I want to start investing in ETFs because I just love the exposure. I'm a person that really likes the diversification, but amongst the 10 stocks that I originally had, I didn't want to add any more stocks more than 10 because to me I just feel like you have to do a lot of work. If you have like 20 stocks, you have to do a lot of research and sit through earnings calls, and actually right now it is earnings season, so we can see that the tremendous bounce back right here from December 24th. So I would say that this could be a key resistance point, or a key support level that that we can monitor if it does retest those levels. So that's going to do it, guys. Right now, it's really just creeping around that $12,000 mark. But I am finally invested in Bitcoin. I don't have a lot of Bitcoin. I just threw in $100 when it dropped 9%. And guys, I still have my high dividend ETFs going on. So VTI has really been just putting in work. It's a really good ETF, guys. So I mean, if you want to look at this ETF or VOO, I would just say go to the Vanguard site and just look at the key differences between both of these ETFs. Look at the expense ratios. Look how much you're going to actually be paying for if you put in like $10,000. I think for the Vanguard S&P 500 ETF and the VTI Total Stock Market ETF, both of the expense ratios are at 0.04. So that's pretty low. That's probably the lowest I've seen in the entire market. I've never seen a expense ratio that low. That if you invest for every $10,000 you invest, you will only pay like $4, and they do pay you a dividend. So right there, your cost of holding the ETF is already covered because you keep getting those dividends. But you guys, just if you just research, you'll start figuring stuff out. And if ETFs is something that you want to do, then knock yourself out, I guess. Okay, guys, that's gonna do it. It's a quick video, a quick Robinhood portfolio video. Again, $12,000 for the past hour. I am down $7, and these graphs are a little bit weird. Ever since I started investing in Bitcoin, it kind of like there's no, like I said, there's no floor, there's no ceiling, so there's just volatility all over the place. But for today, it looks like I'm up $89. Guys, that's going to do it, and I'll see you next time.